turn 43, and nothing major really. Pretty much same as last time, same as last turn, pulling that Prussian cavalry back up there in the north. He's sort of sorted his Russian cavalry out north of Eylau. Again, not every gun opened up, but he is continuing to pull some guns around there, so I'm going to have to be a little bit wary and savvy that these guys are quite exposed. He opened up with some guns. He's continuing to move this infantry back. Down here, he sort of attacked where he could. We had a heavy shot on these guys. They lost 135 men in one salvo from this artillery up here, so we're going to have to try and get rid of it. Hopefully these guys maybe bring some more units around if we can. We've got to sort them out. We've got to take them away. They are holding us up, and we've got a kink in our line because of them as well now. Klein Salzgarten situation. Not too bad, I suppose. Okay, they routed. He did have a go there. He's pulling everybody round to Baykarten, or whatever we want to call it. So yeah, there's no major developments, and I'm going to get straight in and start moving troops around, continue the Guard cavalry around, continue setting up for this push, and to sort a line out here. A little bit of tidying up in Eylau, and then set up to push this Prussian cavalry back. There wasn't that much movement to do, as I said. You need to sort of attack before you can sort out all of your movement. It's not like the phase play where you have to do your movement, then attack, and then break it down. I just moved everybody sort of into position. So right away, we're going to get on. Okay, they can't charge because I've moved them, but they can melee, so we'll try and melee them out. What town is this? This Eylau. Try and get these guys out of the way. Push them back anyway. These can all charge, and we will do that and oblige. No leader though. Still take that. I haven't moved out the way of these guns, but we do have some cavalry here that we put there last time, these hussars, to come and charge, hopefully. Yes, good. And some Cossacks. Not many hussars though. No, they can stay where they are. We do have some cavalry set here. I'm just going to put that on so I can see who have actually moved. And all of these chasseurs and dragoons can. There we are. Some more cavalry there. So we are starting to... they're quite low. We're starting to push them back slowly but surely. This division here, I've actually started moving them down because... I'm going to have to start moving them across somewhere to deal with either Eylau, and just from what we can see here, okay, visibility is 12 hexes. What's our weather forecast going to be doing? Heavy snow by 1300, so I thought we were going to have heavy snow. Okay, maybe next turn. We've got at 1 PM here, that is 1300 by all accounts. Maybe next turn. That says light snow. Anyway, we can't see anything around Eylau, that's what we're trying to say at the minute. So, the Prussians aren't there. Are they in Schmoditten or Schloditten? Possibly. Possibly they're ground up there. There's somewhere. He's got some Prussian infantry, I'd say. Anyway, we need to start moving forward to find them, and I'm going to use that division and cavalry as cover on the far flank, far north. Move some guns and stuff around here, nothing major. As I said, I'm reorganising this cavalry here. I'm not going to send it on the attack anywhere, and I am going to fire with the artillery that I can fire with. Put a gun here we can set up for next turn. We have to move this horse artillery around. There's nothing here. I'm not sure who they can see though, if anyone, just the skirmishers. I moved this gun around to face the northeast. I'll crack at those guys. Oh, no counter fire. That's unusual. I was expecting 5 minutes there of opportunity fire from, or defensive fire from his guns. We're going to get it now though. Not too bad. These guns again on these guys. Okay, so all of a sudden they've decided they can't fire underneath a stack. I'm not sure what the rule is with that. Sometimes it allows you to, sometimes it doesn't. And it's always better to put any infantry to the bottom of the stack, because if you go and select the artillery, put that on the top, it uses the movement points, therefore you can't, with heavy and light guns, fire on that same turn. So always put your infantry down to the bottom of the stack rather than move your artillery up to the top of the stack. I still do it now, even though I know that, and I've just told you about it. I still do it from time to time, and it's infuriating. If you think about it, it would cost movement points to move them around, move the guns to the front of the stack. Right, okay, leave these guys. Around the town, I'm going to continue my advance. First of all, I'm going to try, and can I soften? No, I'm going to go straight in. How much cavalry is there? I will have a go at some of this cavalry. Oof. Heavy. And can these guys see that cavalry or not? They can. I've got 2 full units lined up to make an assault either side. So I'm hoping these guns are going to go. So we've got Vare leading some 21st Division line troops and 25th Division line troops. So with Duros now, if this doesn't work, then I will stop playing immediately. What an attack. That was a notable action, I would say. Very notable action indeed. Took all those guns, we cleared the way. It's looking pretty clear now. Just maybe a case of mopping up. He does have a lot of infantry here, big old stacks of infantry. But I did set up a gun last time to deal with those up on the high ground, which we'll do. And we've got some line troops here. Okay, they're fatigued. Let's hope Saint Hilaire can rally them up and have enough momentum to try and clear this hill. Which he does. Nice work. Getting a little bit chaotic here. Did move some cavalry around. I'm going to fire on these guys in the woods. What do we got here? So we've got 2 squadrons. They're kind of anonymous. They can charge this infantry, which they're going to do. Crikey. 1 squadron there. They can't. So they're disorder. Right, I'm going to start moving some of these disorder troops out of the way a little bit. They can. They can't. So Milhot, you can charge. Anonymous, you can charge. And they won't be facing, and no one there, so we'll see what that brings us. Crikey. And there's only 50, 60 of them. Okay, didn't expect that. Doesn't always work. 42 Murat, he needs some support with him. He's a little bit light there. Maybe a bit overstacked, are we? Possibly. No, I don't think we are. Do have some guns up here though. And sort out these infantry up here. Not too bad. I started to put everybody into sort of line and column. Now there doesn't seem to be much cavalry around. Just to try and make a bit of a better defensive position. Got some routed. And they'll be on the flank. Okay. Bloody Cossacks have been so annoying. Oh, and he's got a hell of a lot of them. I should have really moved that gun around, maybe. Have faith. Skirmishes you can also fire. How many's he got there? Not that many. Okay. Skirmishes there. It's getting a bit, yeah, it's a bit messy up at this end. A little bit messy. Sort this middle out a little bit more. Right, these guys can charge. They can't, so they're going to get moved out of the way. I start putting some guys facing that way to charge over the other side of the ravine. It is all messy, isn't it? What can these guys do? Yep, you're going to push on. And those guns probably. Surprised they don't. Maybe now. Oh. Surprising. Okay, they're disordered so they can't. They're disordered so they can't. Gun's a bit vulnerable now. What have we got here? They can't really do much at all. Should we bring these light troops in and yeah, try it that way. Now he decides. When they're all bunched up, now he decides. Bit better. Take that. They're tired, so we won't attack with them. They're going to disrupt. So we've cleared space, but it's just going to take a turn or two just to get rid of all this traffic. There's a hell of a traffic jam in here now. Brought this gun forward as well. That can come forward here. Not enough to... And they will disrupt if they go in there, I would have thought. So yeah, a little bit of traffic here that needs to be sorted out first. Getting there, we're getting there. Still got a lot of turns left, it's not like I'm in any major rush. Okay, got some artillery up on this high ground, which is quite pleasing. Starting to move some guns up. There's a lot of people now. Overstacked, I think. Yeah, I've started moving some guns up here. Started moving guard cavalry around as well, so they are potentially... I never thought about this. No, it's not too bad, but if he sets those guns up, they're going to get screwed. They're all sort of hidden away in these nooks and crannies. If he watches the turn back, he's going to see them go up and over, so he will get a sight of them. I'll move these guys just to the flank a bit. How are we doing for numbers? Oof. Okay, he's definitely losing this one. I can sort of not feel so bad about a major victory now. I suppose on the day, if my objective was to destroy the Russians, I've made a hell of a dent in them, that's for sure. But there's still quite a long way to go. And if we're not careful, around Klein-Salzgarten in this area, we're going to lose a lot of troops, and we've still got all those guns to deal with. All those guns to deal with, and he's not dead and buried by any means. He's got all those guns, he's got a lot of infantry there, a lot of guns and cavalry up here as well. He's still got a lot of cavalry and infantry up here. We can't see what's behind him in his reserve. Dangerous yet. He's still dangerous, and the Prussians as well. Prussian infantry and possibly more cavalry somewhere as well, so it's not over by any stretch. Alright, I'll send that back and catch you on the next one. Right, turn 44. Getting there, slowly but surely. Up in the north, he carried on moving his cavalry back with the Prussians, and just out of shot there. There we go. First sight of Prussian infantry. So they're in line, overlooking sort of my troops there on the other side of this sort of forest river bank. So they are there. So I'm going to have to start getting some form of attack in my mind. Or forming some sort of attack. Might wait till this weather's still light snow now, 12 hectares. I thought we were due for some heavy snow. Okay, fair enough. Maybe it's 1300 real time, not we on 1400, so it should be here by now. Anyway, Russian cavalry is as it was, and he continues to move a lot of infantry here. Not much though. I think this is everybody that attacked Eylau. He's sort of pulling them up to the north. Does have some guns he's moving around, and he's got two guns quite close to us, so I wonder if he's mistaken there, and we've got enough movement points to go and get that. Okay, risky with the cavalry, but the fact that we can get, what's that, up to maybe 16 guns, anything up to 16 guns, overlooking our position here, which we really don't want, so we might be able to have a go at those guns. Apart from that, nothing much in the middle. Down here, he had some unsuccessful attacks, or he had one successful attack somewhere. Up on that high ground that we took those batteries. He came in with 3 stacks and just pushed whoever was there back, so they've routed probably somewhere. Them guys, possibly. I can't remember who it was now. But anyway, he pushed them back, sort of counter-attacking. So there is still a bit of work to do around Sir Palin. It's not quite there. It's not as easy. he pulled these troops back here. He moved some infantry around, and put a unit somewhere here. I'd say these guys. Yeah, no, it wasn't all the unit that got. Maybe these guys. Oh, they held firm. He attacked twice, both of these Hussar units. He charged them, and okay, they didn't break. Fair play to them. Good quality units. But he took about half the men by doing it. So Guard Cavalry are going to come and look at that, just the other side, tantalising. Two things. I had to remind him, and maybe he doesn't understand, I've tried to make it as clear as possible. I think he's, first of all, attacking with potentially oversized hexes. Overstacked cavalry, for sure. Just by looking at that, I would say it's overstacked. I've had suspicions before. I'm not a stickler for the rules. But, you know, I'm trying to play as much as possible to them. Maybe I've had an overstacked unit by coming in and charging, but not by any massive means, and then I'll sort them out the next time. And I'm pretty sure he's attacked with disordered units as well, which was what we said we're not going to do, and I've stuck to that one religiously, even if it's meant delaying an attack until the next turn and stuff. So it's not the end of the world. I'm not going to cry, but it is just a little bit annoying. But there we go. What am I going to do? So, for example, now I've got my Guard Cavalry, spent all that time getting around. They've got a chance to attack, and he's got anything up to what, 500? I don't know, anything 500 units there. So you know, it's not a fair advantage. But what to do? What to do? Lepique's there, so Lepique will hopefully bring that one in, teach him a lesson. Pulling guns around there to Barcarton as well. And yeah, so it's going to be business as usual, moving everybody around in this southern flank, get that Guard Cavalry into a nice position. Try and sort some of these units out that have sorted themselves out behind my lines. Continue the push at Sapalin. In the middle, nothing really. He fired with maybe, I don't know, half of his guns, again on skirmishers. Skirmishers, and then anybody he could see. No guns lost. Yeah, so get back to you in a few. So movement done on turn 44. Start off in the north as usual. I'm not really going to do much with all this cavalry here. Might just melee with them just to make sure they scarper. Yeah, not the best. I move them for a charge next time if possible. These guys can charge, but they're on enough points, so I have to move them there. Move this cavalry out the sort of the way of the guns a little bit. Started moving this division, packing them all up, getting all their guns limbered, and we're going to come forward with them to this high ground where all this cavalry action took place. It's a nice sort of jumping off point. Maybe go up to the north, just because the roads there, it's going to be hard going all the way through the woods. It's going to be chaos. It's going to be a hard attack to pull off. So what we'll do is bring all these troops across the river, up to that high ground, sort themselves out, and then possibly over here, this crossing, or up here. Maybe both. I do have quite a few troops here, more than I actually sort of initially anticipated. So we'll crack on with what we can. Cavalry here, I started to sort them out, nice and neat. Got heavy cavalry up here and cuirassiers, and then all my light cavalry, just trying to sort them out so they rest a bit and get rid of any disorderment. So we do have some artillery. Who's our good targets? Okay. Again, we can't see. We set it there. Not skirmishers. These guys. I pulled this unit out of the village, out of the Windcloth Mill, and they do have enough. So chances are we're going to get destroyed by cavalry next time. But I'd sacrifice 100 men for all of these guns. Okay, we pushed them back. That's not the end of the world. And we can fire on them. Good. So he lost a gun in the attack. No, still we don't know. And then he lost some in the melee as well. So good. Hopefully they'll rout and they'll scarper. Carry on firing with who we can here. Ammo's not too bad, so 2,300, and what's that, 35 turns left? So I'm not doing too bad. Is my maths right? Yeah. Guns here. I think that's a bit far for them as I remember, but not for these guys. Where have we got them? I'd love the visibility to go down again. I really would. Just give me a chance to sort anything out in this middle, because any time you move, you sneeze, you get half of these guns opening up on you. Take them again. I haven't got very far. Wonder if they're disordered and routed and maybe age is getting back. Right, around here, I got some more artillery to my front line. I took out some troops that were disordered and brought up some fresh troops to the front line just so we can start pressing home some attacks. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Okay, it's a good attack. We pushed them back. These guys. Hopefully the same. Good. I pulled them out just because they were disordered. Pull some back. They're all bunched up, so they're going to get disordered. But I wanted to leave that. Are they overstacked? No. I wanted to leave that 900 unit in there just in case he came forward with that big stack. So who else have we got? That artillery, I limbered them up so I don't think they can fire. Put these guys into line. They're in a clear hex. And fire on these guys. It's a big old stack there. No, I'll still go for them. Just because I've got artillery in the sort of the church, just on that crossing. So hopefully my artillery's going to sweep through. And clear here, because he counter-attacked. He knows it's good ground as well. Okay, so we'll fire on these guys. Nicely done, thinning the ranks. And this gun I unlimbered just last turn as well, so I can't really do much with it. Brought a gun up here with the aim of putting it up there. Can they see anybody? No. Yes, they can see this cavalry. And they can see those guys, good. And they can see... I don't... we'll go for the cavalry. Up here, probably facing their own direction, but it is horse artillery, good. So we do have quite a lot of guns up here, as I said before. And sighted them quite well. Got all round arcs of fire, more or less. Okay, I say that. They are useless where they are, but they can stay where they are for the time being. Might bring them up towards this high ground up here. These guys can see them, yep. Where's my other guns up here? I thought I had... here. I can see them as well. So it's been a costly attack for them. I've started putting my cavalry out of the area around Sapalin, sort of out of the area of this ravine. Infantry are going to do that just because the wide open space is up here. They're not going anywhere in that ravine. They're just disordering, causing a bottleneck. So I've started pulling those guys out into that space just to come up through where the rest of the cavalry went, really. Moving some guns up here. And let's see what the infantry can do for us here then. I did bring some fresh units up. So hopefully they're tired and 500 though, but just to be sure we'll get these line troops in and the action as well. Still 3rd Division, that's okay. Okay, that's good. These guys need to get out and excuse me, order themselves. Not too concerned, although they need to change direction. And they are knackered. Okay, fairly happy with that. Any movement he makes, he's going to get opened up by a numerous amount of guns. Back here, we can melee with our cavalry rather than charge. But these guys, I think we can charge, yeah. So just to deal with them. In fairness, you're trying to get them out of the way, I think, but that's not going to stop me sweeping them up and sorting out and doing a bit of housekeeping. Cavalry-wise, what can we do? We'll charge them. Are they facing that way? Yeah, so we'll charge them from behind. Okay, it's not too bad. These guys we set up last time for a charge. How many's there? Big stack. Oh. Can they move? No. Bugger. Bugger, bugger. Okay. We're going to charge anyway. And can you just sort of normal melee? Just because that's quite a big threat. We don't want to lose our guns. He likes his big stacks. So do that. We can charge with them, so we can't do anything. Alright, we'll see what happens. Yikes. Yikes. There's a hell of a lot of infantry there. And we attack from the high ground, 2 different angles, with no leader. Okay, but I had to protect those 2 stacks of artillery, because they're critical. We don't want to lose too much of it. These guys can charge this infantry up here, get them out of the way. So hopefully now we're starting to clear a lot of this high ground and make a bit of space and then concentrate on all that artillery that is starting to creep in over here. What else can we move? Move him forwards. No. No. He can charge. As can he. So we'll get him charging as well. I thought I had him charging. No, okay. He can. And the other one can just go up and melee. Just clear that space. Can that square fire on them? Answers yes. Bring them forward. Bring these guys. Okay, so we sorted that out. It's starting to look a bit tidier, I suppose. There we go. Yeah, like kinks slowly going. The biggest concern, as we said before, get these right out of the way as much as possible. Get them into the woods out of the way. Is around here. Route to skirmishes. We've got to attack with these guys. It's around here. A lot of cavalry and a lot of artillery somewhere on the move, and he's bringing what looks like all of this cavalry around as well. So we need to sort out our far right flank around this Klein Southgarten here, or Bekarten. And all I've got to do it with at the moment is the guard cavalry, and I don't want to waste them. And I'm in 2 minds. I'm thinking, yeah, I'll come, I'll do it, it'll be fine. But then I see that overstacked unit, and it's quite annoyed me, to be honest. You know, all that careful planning, and then something like that happens. But have faith in the peak, have faith in the grenadiers. The gods are right. Here goes nothing. So you can play at that game and attack with another stack, but then they'll end up. Yeah, I think that's fair. That's fair. It will cause chaos afterwards, but I think that's fair. Go on, lads. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. And Lepic survives. Good. Okay. Bezier, get up here and take some grenadiers and chasseurs chevals in as well. Finish the job. Oh, incredible. Incredible. Okay, alright, not to worry. So they're ready to charge. I will bring in Guns are going to see them now. I will bring up the rest of them, Mamelukes, and who have we got here? Chasseur Cheval. They'll probably get seen if they go out there, so yeah, we'll bring them forward here. Right, so guard cavalry are in action, and I am... Yep, okay, now I've got an oversized hex. That's not the end of the world, I'm not too bothered, just because... There we go, I'll move them out straight away. Yeah, so that's it. I'm hoping that I can sort that right flank out on the southern wing. Other than that, we'll send it over and see what he comes back with. Probably a lot of artillery.